Today I'm going to be talking about some reasons that your leopard gecko doesn't really like you. So if you're having a hard time taming your leopard gecko, you might be wondering why they're not taming down very well, and there can be multiple reasons, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But before we get into this video, I just hit 400 subscribers on my channel. I just want to say thank you everyone so much. It really means a lot to me. And I honestly cannot believe we got this far. 400 is a lot. So I just want to say thank you everyone so much. Also, tomorrow is my leopard gecko Izri's birthday. This is Mocha right here, but my other leopard gecko Izri is turning 2 tomorrow. I still have yet to get her to a good weight. She is still obese, but hopefully I'll be able to thin her down a little bit this year. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. So the first reason is your leopard gecko is new. So it's very normal for new leopard geckos to be kind of stressed out and scared when you first get them, especially if they are not already tamed. It's very normal for leopard geckos to be kind of skittish when you first get them because they are not used to their new homes and they are just not sure and can be pretty stressed out. So during this period, if your leopard gecko is acting like that, you probably should wait at least a few weeks before trying to handle them because it'll just stress them out more and they might not take very well to you handling them. Next one is overhandling. So usually you should never handle your leopard gecko more than once a day. It's best to handle them like every other day or every 3 days or less, because if you overhandle your leopard gecko, they can get kind of stressed out and might not like you bugging them so much. So that could lead to them not really liking you and not wanting you to hold them. So it's best to try to keep handling to a minimum if your leopard gecko is not taking very well to you overhandling them. It can definitely stress them out, and it's best to only handle them every other day or like every 3 days or less. It does kind of depend on the gecko because different leopard geckos have different personalities, but generally most leopard geckos will not like to be handled every day or like more than once a day. So the next reason is bad husbandry. So if you're not caring for your leopard gecko correctly and you do not have at least 3 hides for them and their temperatures are not where they should be, then your leopard gecko might not be very happy with you handling them. You should do your research and make sure that your setup is good and that you care them correctly, because if you are not, then you could end up with some problems. So the next one is genetics. So this is not as common as a lot of these, but it does happen sometimes. Sometimes leopard geckos just cannot be tamed, and usually it has to do with the parents and their temperaments, and sometimes it has to do with the morph. Some morphs of leopard geckos just are not as friendly as others. So genetics can be a factor sometimes, and sometimes it can just be that different leopard geckos take longer to be tamed, but it also can be that your leopard gecko just will not tame down and you just will have to just have it as a pet that you cannot hold. And yeah, this is not very common. It doesn't happen that often, but it can happen sometimes and you should be aware of that. So the next reason is improper handling. So if you're not handling your leopard gecko properly, then it likely will not want you to handle it. The best way to pick your leopard gecko up is from below. If you pick it up from above, it could think that you're a predator and it might be more scared of you. But if you pick it up from below, it usually will be more calm. And the best way usually to pick your leopard gecko up is just let them crawl onto your hand, but not all leopard geckos will do that. And it can take some time to get them onto your hand. It usually is the best way because they don't always want to be picked up. And sometimes they'll do better just crawling onto your hand. But yeah, if you're not handling your leopard gecko properly, it might not be very happy with you. And Normally the best way to handle your leopard gecko is just let them walk from hand to hand. As you can see, I normally do with my leopard geckos. Some people try to put their hand over their leopard gecko kind of like in a cup shape, and some leopard geckos are okay with it, but some just don't like it. So I would do what your leopard gecko is comfortable with. Different leopard geckos have different personalities. So I would just kind of do what your leopard gecko is comfortable with. If your leopard gecko doesn't like something, I would not do it because they might not want you to handle them if you're not being careful with them. So yeah, the next reason is your leopard gecko is young. So with younger leopard geckos, more specifically baby leopard geckos, they can be kind of skittish because they are smaller than adult leopard geckos and they don't have a good way of defending themselves, so they can sometimes be aggressive and might not be able to be handled like adults. So sometimes with some leopard geckos you might just have to wait until they are more like in the juvenile stage where they're bigger and will take better to handling. Some leopard geckos as babies just will be kind of aggressive towards you, and some leopard geckos when they're younger they just will not be able to be tamed that well. So it might be better to just wait a little bit. So the last one is you're handling your leopard gecko at a bad time of day. So leopard geckos are crepuscular, meaning they're most active at dawn and dusk. So the best times to handle your leopard gecko are in the morning and evening. And if you're handling your leopard gecko in the middle of the day, they might not be so happy with you handling them. I handle my leopard geckos in the day just for videos, because I have sunlight in my room. I handle them only in the morning or evening, and I rarely handle them in the day except for when I'm taking videos. So of course, taming can take longer for certain leopard geckos. Some leopard geckos have different personalities than others and will take longer to be tamed, and some won't even need to be tamed. Like Izri, for example, I got her as a little tiny baby, and she was basically tamed right from the start, and I could handle her basically right away because of how calm she was, and she still is very calm and happy with me handling her. So all leopard geckos are different, and I would just do what your leopard gecko is comfortable with. So I think that's about it, guys. And if you aren't subscribed already, don't forget to push that button and push the bell to get notified when I post a new video. And yeah, make sure you like this video, and if you want to say something, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And yeah, bye guys.